Welcome to episode 103 of the School of Shred. As we get set here, welcome to the extravaganza. Welcome to the educational system, the online health educational system. That's the School of Shred. Good morning, everybody. This is episode 103, baby. Coming in hot. It's Thursday morning. It's rainy outside. It's beautiful. It looks like fall. I got out there and got 8,000 steps this morning, knocking out my 8,000 of 15,000 per day. That's where I'm currently at. How many steps are you currently doing? How many steps are you currently doing a day? Are you doing a non-negotiable every day? That's right. Time to get it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're here. Good morning. So, yeah, I went for a nice lengthy walk, a little learn and burn session this morning. Had a good audio book on, and also listened to some stuff on YouTube this morning too. So feeding the mind early in the morning, when you have more of the zeta and alpha brain waves, you're more pliable, you're more creative. All right, we got somebody who's doing 10,000. Somebody's doing 10K a day. I love it. That's beautiful. 10K a day, non-negotiables. Non-negotiables, folks. We don't walk nearly enough, and ancestral men and women used to walk 5 to 6 miles a day. 5 to 6 miles a day has been reported and documented. That's kind of where humans used to always have to walk. I mean, at least that many miles per day. We don't really walk that anymore. A lot of people walk 2,000 or 3,000 steps. So 5 miles is roughly 10,000 steps. So you're knocking your 5 to 6 miles out when you're doing that right there. So that's a good step count. But anyway, let's get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about mindset. Got some good notes today, and this episode might go a little bit longer. Who knows? Who knows where this is going to go, but we're going to hang out for a little bit and get into this thing. So the show is here Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, all right? Just search the School of Shred. If you can, do a review. It helps the show grow organically. You're helping me out. You're helping yourself out. You're helping me help you and other people. That's the whole thing. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help out. I'm here to guide you to better health, whether that's mental, spiritual, and physical, because they're all together. They cascade out. And we talk a lot about exercise, diet, and some mindset stuff. So today's all about mindset. So today we're going to be talking about the power of the pen and paper and writing things down every day, and how you can shape your habits, because your habits shape you. And we'll talk about exercise, diet, and recovery specifically. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about mindset and give you a little bit of a different outlook on how you create mindset. Okay, so I got some notes here on this other screen that I made, and it's that your habits shape your mindset. Okay, so your habits are the thing that shape your mindset. A lot of us think that mindset shapes our habits. You got to have a strong mindset to go create new habits. When in reality, successful people do the things that they need to do that creates the mindset that continues to self-serve them. Okay, so a lot of times, like on the order of almost 100%, it doesn't feel awesome to change your life. It's hard, it's tough, which is exactly why it's worth doing, and is exactly why not everybody does it. So if we're talking about losing fat, gaining muscle, getting healthy, getting more energy out of our lives, changing our routine, because you literally have to change your whole routine when you are trying to get in shape. I've had many clients where there's a lot of lifestyle choices they have to start to modify over time. And as they do, their health flourishes for it, but it's not easy. And what I'm trying to challenge you with in this episode is that your habits start with thoughts. Okay, so there's a lot of neuroscience on habits and habit formation. And one of the simpler ones that I like to teach at the school is the cue, the routine, and the reward. Okay, it's kind of this trifecta: the cue, the routine, and the reward. So the cue is the thought. It's the thing that triggers the routine. Okay, what is a cue? What would be a cue for you? What would be a cue? A thought, right? So if we have good thoughts, we can create good cues and good attitudes. And so the definition of mindset is the established set of attitudes held by somebody. So what do we mean when we say that person has a strong mindset? a tough mindset. What do we mean by that? We mean that they have a tough set of attitudes that they hold, that they don't let, that are not swayed easy. Okay, so let's talk about attitude then, because that's really what creates mindset. Attitude comes from thought. So good thoughts create good attitudes, which strengthen the mindset. Okay, a tough mindset is one that maintains a good attitude and the desire to fulfill a goal. I'll read that again. A tough mindset is one that maintains a good attitude and the desire to fulfill a goal. Okay, meaning you have a very strong desire to get somewhere. You might get knocked down along the way, but if you maintain a good attitude, you have a good mindset. You have a hard mindset. You have a tough mindset. Okay, so good thoughts create good cues, which create good habits. All right, so if you want to improve your mindset, you have to do before you get. You have to do before you get. What do you get? What do you receive when you do something? You receive the mindset. You receive the motivation. A lot of us like to think that motivation is a prerequisite to take action, when in reality, taking action creates the byproduct of motivation, which fuels our tank even more. You create your own fuel. You do. As you listen to this, you might be on a good routine right now. How motivated do you feel after a workout? Not before. Before is one thing, but how motivated do you feel when you complete a workout and your day is set up? Do you usually eat better after you work out? You do, don't you? Because you don't want to sacrifice that hard workout. You're motivated. You have a stronger mindset because you've accomplished something first. It's pretty powerful, isn't it? To look at it that way. I've done the same thing. Relied on external motivation to get going. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it's great. But there's been studies done that show that motivation doesn't work. What works is writing your goals down and using the pen and paper. And then you get that nice byproduct of motivation. But we don't rely on it. So, mindset is the established set of attitudes held by somebody. Okay. So now let's talk about habits. Let's talk about getting in and shaping our habits. You get in shape by shaping new habits. Okay. You get in shape by shaping new habits. So how can you shape some new habits today? So I want you to get out a pen and a journal. I want you to write this stuff down. Or the notes on your phone, whatever you want to do. You can do this however you want. But these are some helpful tips here. And now what I'm going to ask you to do before we do this, I'm going to ask you to do 90% of people listening to this are not going to do this, and that's why you're not going to reach your goal. I've been challenged with stuff when I am asked in a training, whether it is a self-development training, an exercise training, nutrition training. Whenever a teacher asks me to write things down, I used to not do it. Now I do it every single time. So when I'm telling you to write this down, or you don't have to write this down right now, but you need to refer back to this episode. But what I'm about to tell you to do is write things down every morning. And if you don't do them, you're not going to get the result. You can't get help if you don't actually do the thing. Remember, you have to do before you receive. If you get into the habit of doing, performing, and taking action before you receive the reward, you will always get the reward. So here we go. Shaping our habits. So the first thing that you can do every morning when you get up is write down your goal. What is your goal? Every day. What is your goal? What is your goal? What is your goal for your exercise routine? What's your health goal? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve in the next 3 months, 6 months? What's the date that you want to achieve it in? Set it out to be realistic. What are we at right now? Right now, as I shoot this episode, it's November 5th. Say by February, I want to lose 20 pounds. That's a goal. Make it a very focused goal with an end date and a defined goal. So you do that, you write that down every single morning. That's how you start your day when you're in these creative brain waves. Okay, when you can actually penetrate and influence your subconscious mind. The two best times to infiltrate the subconscious mind are right before bed and right when you get up in the morning. Right before bed and right before you get up in the morning, or right as you get up in the morning, I should say, are the two best times. This is why getting up early can really help you in the creative process. It's something that really helps me personally. It's having a couple hours on my own in the morning to shape my day. So you get up in the morning, you write your defined goal down. That's your intention. That's the overall arcing thing. That's your why. This is your why. You trust me, you can see my palms. That's like a body language thing. People who are watching, people who are listening, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm waving at the camera. So go over your why. You revise your why. What is my why for the day? Why do I want this thing that I'm about to do? I'm about to go through a bunch of routines. I'm about to train myself to have cues that do routines that get rewards. Well, what's the reward that I want? Write that down first. That's your goal. The second thing you write down is, what will your workout be for that day? What exactly is your workout going to be? Take a pen and write it down on paper. Don't just download it from the internet. Don't just rely on thought. If you're at a place right now where you're struggling with a routine, where you're trying to create a routine, write this stuff down. I'm telling you. Write this stuff down so you don't have to think. There's no more brain power you have to allocate towards your day to the workout because you've already wrote it down. You know what you need to do. You just go execute. That's number 2. Number 3 is, what will you eat that day? Okay, so on a piece of paper, you can get a journal out. Like if I were to have a journal with paper or something like that, okay? And I would write down on one side, I might write down my workout, and then I would write down right next to it, what do I intend to eat that day? So if you're eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, what are you going to eat? You stay accountable to that. This will help you prep the food that you need to prep, and you don't have to allocate any more brain power that day. No more brain power has to be allocated that day to your nutrition plan because it's already written down. Okay, so the next one is write out when you'll go to bed. Write out when you'll go to bed. Start being strict with your bedtime. This is about recovery. At the School of Shred, we got 5 modules. We have spirit, habitat, recovery, exercise, and diet. That's all the things that we go over at the School of Shred. This is what everybody's educated on and gets assignments on. And so what I've just given you is tips for the red of Shred. So the recovery, which would be writing down when you're going to go to sleep. The exercise, which is writing what your workout will be down that day, writing it down that day so you're intentional about it. And then your diet. And if any of you struggle with anxiety of feeling like you have all these things that are stacked vertically on you, because that's typically what it is. It's typically what it is. You feel like things are stacked vertically. I know that's it. So the weight's bearing down on you. It's pushing on you. If you start to list things out, then you're looking at them horizontally. And this is what writing your stuff down in the morning will do. All you got to do is just go execute. And when you do, you receive. When you do first, when you take action first, you receive a better mindset. You receive happiness. You receive positivity. That is the reward. You got to stop living in a world where you want the reward before you do. You got to put out first. So that's mindset habits. So write your goal down each morning when you get up. Write your goal down, write your exercise routine, write your diet down, and write what time you're going to go to bed. Do this for a month. If you're struggling with motivation, if you're struggling with falling off the bandwagon, or you write your step count down for your workout instead, but you're keeping yourself accountable every morning, and then you just got to go execute. So that's it for episode 103. We are back here tomorrow with episode 104, which is going to be a Q&A Friday. So ask your questions today. Throw me some fire in the comments, everybody, all over the world, wherever we're at. I want you to throw some fire in the comments. Light the comments on fire. Burn them down if you're still with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Ask any questions you got. With that, I want you to stay strong and healthy in body. Stay relentless and energized in spirit. And stay determined in your pursuits today, baby. Again, throw me some fire in the comments. Say what's up. There we go. We got fire going. We got fire going. Burn up the comments. We're lighting them on fire. We're going to start again tomorrow. We're going to start we're building a new house of success tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you later. Class is dismissed.